Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Dakota, the place where we try to make sense of the money world without a business degree. Today we're going to decode what Virginia Electric and Power Company is telling us about a recent stock issuance. It's not exactly a blockbuster news event, but it reveals something interesting about how they're managing their money with their parent company. We'll break down what this stock move means for their operations and overall financial health. And if you're just joining us and you like getting straight answers from company reports without all the jargon, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord, linked in the description below, where we discuss all these filings and more than actual health. And if you're just joining us and you like getting straight answers from company reports without all the jargon, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord, linked in the description below, where we discuss all these filings and more. So let's dive into this report from Virginia Electric and Power Company, or as some might know them, VEPC. This is a current report, meaning they're sharing something important that just happened, and the date that stands out is August 15, 2025. It's a pretty straightforward announcement about them issuing some of their own stock. Specifically, the company tells us they issued 19,630 shares of their common stock on August 15th. Now, this isn't a sale to the general public. They sold these shares to Dominion Energy Inc., which is their parent company, the ultimate owner. You might be familiar with Dominion Energy as a big player in the utility sector. The amount here is pretty substantial. VPC sold these shares for roughly $1.4 billion. That's a huge chunk of change. This transaction is something called exempt from registration under the Securities Act. In simpler terms, because it's a transaction directly between the company and its majority owner, they don't have to go through the usual lengthy and complicated process of registering it with the government like they would for a public stock offering. Now, why would a company sell stock to its parent, and for such a large amount? The filing explains it clearly. VEPC is going to use this $1.4 billion to pay down a debt, or more accurately, reduce the amount they owe on something called an intercompany credit facility with Dominion Energy. Think of it like paying back a loan from your parent company. This is a common way for large corporate structures to manage cash flow and debt between their different parts. This issuance wasn't a surprise or a one-off decision. It was actually approved beforehand. VEPC got permission from the Virginia State Corporation Commission to issue up to $3.5 billion worth of common stock to its parent company, Dominion Energy, all the way through the end of 2025. So this $1.4 billion issuance is part of a larger pre-approved plan. This suggests a strategic financial move rather than an emergency one. This whole transaction boils down to VEPC managing its internal debt by essentially swapping debt for equity with its parent company. It's a way to strengthen VEPC's balance sheet by reducing its liabilities relative to its ownership structure. From Dominion Energy's perspective, it's essentially infusing capital into its subsidiary, not through cash directly, but by forgiving or reducing an intercompany debt. Now let's put this into the broader context of the utility industry. Companies like VEPC are capital intensive, meaning they need a lot of money to build and maintain infrastructure, like power plants, transmission lines, and distribution networks. Managing debt effectively is crucial for their long-term stability and their ability to invest in necessary upgrades, especially as the energy landscape shifts towards cleaner sources. This move, issuing stock to the parent to pay down internal debt, isn't necessarily good or bad on its own. It's more about how it fits into their overall financial strategy. By reducing the intercompany debt, VEPC might improve its financial ratios, making it potentially easier to secure external financing in the future if needed, or it could be a way to manage its debt to equity ratio in a way that pleases regulators or investors. We don't have detailed financial results in this particular filing since it's focused on this specific stock transaction. However, knowing this context helps us understand why VEPC might be doing this. It speaks to a proactive approach to managing its financial obligations within the larger Dominion Energy conglomerate. So what's the takeaway here? Virginia Electric and Power Company is making a significant financial move by issuing a large amount of stock to its parent, Dominion Energy. This isn't about selling shares to the public, it's an internal financial maneuver to reduce debt. They received regulatory approval for this, indicating it's part of a planned strategy. This action helps VPC manage its balance sheet and potentially positions it better for future investments or financial operations, all within the framework of its relationship with its parent company. Overall, this report tells a story of internal financial management within a large utility structure. It's not a flashy report with massive profit or loss figures, but it reveals the back-end financial engineering that keeps these massive companies running smoothly. The key is that VEPC is actively managing its debt obligations, which is a positive sign of responsible financial stewardship, even if it's happening between affiliated entities. What do you think about this internal stock issuance? Does it signal a strengthening of VEPC's financial position, or just standard corporate housekeeping? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and consider joining our Discord community for more in-depth discussions. Thanks for watching Corporate Decoder, and we'll see you in the next one.